Hello everyone, I'm ULS13 and today we are here for round number 1 of Ultimate League Season 13 team, and today we are here racing in Austria on the custom version of it, of course, because of the airlines. I always prefer racing on custom version instead of the base strikes. And so yeah, we are here finally back after like 2 or 3 weeks out, and yeah, I'm really happy to return. I really love this series last season, and it was really fun to make, and to then may have a championship, which ended in quite dramatic fashion between Hannadi and Buddha, with Buddha getting screwed up by the rain, and then yeah, everything just got over on his own track, which was a little bit sad. But yeah, then Hannadi became the champion last season. And talking about last season, let's then to take a look at the standings. As I've said it already, Hannadi got the title. If you haven't watched the videos from the last season, I would certainly recommend watching them. And then yeah, Hannadi was your champion last season with 223 points, with then Buddha taking that second place. Very close there, as you can see, relatively close. Then Sobel, who started the season with a disappointing result with only P16, and managed to finish in third place, and yeah, which was very close to second. Then it's Anti, then getting P4 just ahead of Kubo with 10 mining frees with 1 win. Also Kubo with 2 wins, very surprising thing as well. Very cool to see, as well as then we got mining frees also with 1 win here. As then Grandy gets P7, which was a very solid championship there, with 10 promotions just ahead of Corvi. Then we got Sharuni there in P10, closing the top 10 there, with a lot of top 10s by the end of the season. And then Rosie as well here, P11. Then you got I Saw These Words tied with Kalo, but Stoli gets wins the tiebreaker with P7 there on the first round. Then Kraft finishing P14. Certainly very disappointing season, as here he was struggling to just get into the top 10, where he got into the top 10 in real life like 9 times in a year. It was only 2 times, so that's one of the most unrealistic drivers performance here. As then you got Andres in P15 here with 47 points, surprisingly with 4 top 10s this season, with then Rams coming back here with just with the P5, but then he started to drop on the next races. And then Iris very close there to Gletzy. Gletzy have quite some great results, 2 P11s here, and yeah, very surprising. So then you got Charge AT just coming in for the last 2 rounds with P8 and P12. So yeah, then we got the team standings with LSA getting the title, 426 points, and then Full Force kind of close there to LSA, but then they sort of just dropped a little bit here on the last 2. On run 8 and 9, and then they were just close here on the final round, but LSA took the title with 10 NTH getting third, and then FGR P4 with BAR also a little bit isolated, P5, but RMC was kind of close. Then Mayhem. We see these 2 teams have been battling a lot for that P6, and then also Lynx Racing and SCP very close in the end as well. So that was a very interesting team thing here. Actually, oh my god, I'm just spotting a mistake here. Oh yeah, spotting a mistake, because I forgot to count Charge AT's points for round 9. Well, I guess it's something I might have to correct, but yeah, I guess STP actually finished P8 and it's saying, yeah, really sorry about this, I just noticed this now, but yeah. Either way, let's then, as you can see right here, I got some brand new liveries. I do like the way they look right now. Sadly, I still don't have the Mayhem and Full Force liveries, but I have links, even though Iris hasn't announced the livery, but I was the one who made it, and I know which livery they're gonna be using. And so, yeah, I don't know which livery they are gonna be using. It should be this one right here, based on a Portuguese thing called the Isolation, and it also has the Finnish flag colors, so I think it's a pretty nice livery. So yeah, I do like the way the liveries were made. I like the gradient here from LSA. Also, NTH looks a little bit like ice, but it does look pretty cool. Then FGR doesn't look that bad, and also I do like this one very quite a lot here. The BAR livery does look pretty sick. Also the RMC one, very cool. and the SCP as well. I think there's quite a lot of cool liveries this season. Might be one of the best seasons in terms of liveries, I think. And it might certainly top season 8, which in my opinion was the best season for liveries. But yeah, let's then go and making championship. We got, oh yeah, forgot to also talk about the new lineups right here. Yeah, we got Klett and Matimar signing up to Full Force. Then we got BAR with Charles JT, Danimator getting back to Mayhem Racing. And then you got Kubo and Sexy Digger going to SCP this season. So yeah, certainly look some very interesting lineups, and quite interesting to see how the dynamic with the teams and drivers are going to look for this season. But yeah, let's still make it championship. I was already making it, but yeah, it's the second time I'm actually recording this. Because yeah, there's one little thing that I have to make before. Now, right now, if you have watched the last season, one thing, there were two crucial things that I ended up making. One of them was changing the cars, putting that maximum speed, 1000 kilometers per hour. It's the maximum speed you can put on the car, which I think he created some interesting dynamics with the racing. It became a little bit harder to overtake, which I think was a little bit more realistic as well. And the cars would not reach maximum speed too many times, so we wouldn't see, the cars making those easy overtakes on the straight and all that stuff, which I think was for me a little bit of a problem. And so the drivers started to need to actually time those overtakes pretty well, and I think it just made things much more interesting. And also some of the tracks, the drivers were much closer as well, which was interesting, and yeah, it did lead to some interesting races. And then the other thing that I changed was the qualifying format, which was something that I was using since the beginning, which was 5 minutes qualifying. But I changed the tire wear from 1 to 3 because of an update, where the drivers started to get smarter in strategy. So they would pit right in the middle of qualifying, and then they would stop making fast laps pretty early in qualifying. So by making it tire wear free, they have to pit twice, and we have a qualifying up to the last lap. So they have 3 attempts for a fast lap, because there's only 1 fast lap that they can do per stint in qualifying. So yeah, that's pretty much what that makes. And yeah, we got here no collisions and stuff. And one thing that I will scrap for this season, it's the setting up the grid order for the qualifying, where I usually would make it based on the qualifying average on the drivers in real life. So the best drivers start at the front, but I'm gonna scrap that for this season because I don't think it was making that much of a difference. Because I still end up with Pumushes having 4 pole positions, which doesn't really make that much sense. So it seems like it's hard to make the qualifying more realistic. So I'm just gonna leave it like this, and it saves me some time, so I can just straight up start the qualifying. So yeah, let's then go to qualifying here in Austria. It's the short lap time, so it might be interesting to see how this is going to go. And for some reason I am okay, now it should be on. There's also one new thing as well. It's the cars, of course. The changes that I make still have the maximum speed on, and the acceleration I decided to drop it a little bit to 65, because the new car has 70 as acceleration. So the turn rate I think is the same, and the grip as well is 35, and the weight as well I did not change. So I changed the speed and acceleration essentially, so we could still have this new this sort of acceleration to speed ratio. But yeah, we will see how the grip and the weight will affect this. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, now finally, without any further ado, let's then start qualifying. And here we are, everyone is ready, starting here qualifying in Austria for the first time in season 13 during this summer of 2023. As you see right here, we got Carvey starting quite ahead here, pretty well. We got the Animator in second with Nandi right here. They're making already the second hairpin and already about to finish their first lap. of qualifying of the season. And let's see what lap can he do. And then he goes now Corvid, and it's gonna be a 25.52, but it's gonna drop him a lot because he was one of the first drivers crossing that line, so he was not up at full speed. So this second lap is gonna be the crucial one. As you can see, we got Mary Fries already at the front of qualifying, so that's very, very interesting. Let's see now, as it's just 1 minute already in this qualifying is already passed, and there he goes Corvid there with 33.37. It's only enough for third place with Mary Fries now on provisional pole, and now it's an actual provisional pole because everyone has got a flying lap. And so yeah, let's see if some drivers will pit already on this lap, or if they're going to stay. Maybe they might stay because yeah, these laps are quite big, and maybe you might see someone improving their laps, and maybe it's a little bit hard. Yeah, it's certainly not easy to improve here. So, but still we did got Letzi and Matimar on the bottom places actually improving their laps. It might not be that great of a thing because the tires are already like pretty old, so we might see maybe some drivers pitting finally on this lap. And there we go, we got Mari Fries into the pits, Animator, and it seems to be a little bit split decision from the drivers, although only five drivers that decided to stay out for one more lap at least. So yeah, we got then Corvid right here, but let's see, someone who has pitted. Yeah, Danny Mertes seems to be the first, so this might be interesting for the second attempt. Actually no, it's Mari Fries right here. But yeah, Danny Mertes only P11, but he is right behind Mari Fries here, so maybe can improve on his second attempt, but he certainly doesn't need it. So let's see what can the German driver do, because he does need to improve. It's not looking good for him right now. Only P11, so let's see. We got Mari Fries. Can she improve on her best time? She's currently leading this qualifying with Dan Grant in second place with the 33.30. But yeah, let's see now Mari Fries, and she's got very close to her best, but she did not improve. And Danny Meta does not improve either. And this is gonna be really bad because he might fall down even more position. He's already down to P13. Oh my god, not really an amazing start. We also got Rosim only P16 as well. So oh my god, it's not looking that great for them. As we got also Gennady only P11. A lot of surprise results here in qualifying, but now he improves up to third place. That's really what he needs it right now. He managed to save himself right behind the FGRs who are locking up the front row at the moment. And now you can see the Animator didn't improve, I think, his lap, but it's only 23.87. It's down to P15. He's down to P15. He needs to improve it on the last attempt. But yeah, let's see when will the drivers start pitting for that final and that third and final attempt. I think we got some drivers pitting. There goes Jurist and Kado, and I think Matimar, the only three drivers to pit after 8 laps. But yeah, we got 10 Jurist. Let's see what can he do. I think this should be the first drivers to watch out, and the ones who will be ending their qualifying earlier. So let's see right now. We got Juris on the out lap, and I think we should have 2 more laps for the end of this qualifying. But here we go now. Juris can what can he do right now on this third lap, as he's down to P14 at the moment, still ahead of the Animator though. So let's see what can he do. Actually, the Animator didn't manage to improve. He had it up to P9 out of nowhere. I don't know how he made it. But yeah, let's see now. Ruiz about to finish his lap. What lap is he going to be? Can he improve it though? And he does not improve, so he's not doing much better. But let's see now some of the drivers. We got then Corvin. Let's then jump to the drivers who are more at the front. We got then Mari Fries once again. Can she improve on her best lap though? Let's see. And I think she can. There goes 22.72. So Mari Fries got an even stronger lap. But then we got Corvid right behind, did not manage to improve. Granny didn't improve either. So we got, I think, Kubo up to P4 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, he did improve his lap, so he's up to P4. Then we got Anti still here. I don't think he can improve on his lap. But we got Charge IT still with new tires. Can he improve on his lap though? He's P9 right now. And what lap will Charge IT do? And it's gonna be, oh, there he goes. He improves, but only to P7. And where is the Animator? The Animator, I don't think he's improving. Yeah, they made the not improving as well. So here we go. It's the end of qualifying on this first round here. So let's first put the settings for the race. It's gonna be 55 laps. This is the costume version. It's obviously gonna be different from the actual race on this Sunday. The collisions on for this. And there we go. Let's take a look at the qualifying results then. And as you can see, it's Mari Free starting on pole position and Cardi starting in second place. So a front lockup here for FGR with Mari Free and Cardi and Andy start third place, just ahead of Kubo. Then it's Grandy ahead of Anti. So NTH with the third row there. They got then Charge AT ahead of Tony Mater, then Sexy Digger ahead of Pemushas. And then we got the next driver is gonna be Jeroni ahead of Sobel here with then Kraft and Razim on this Lynx Racing sandwich with Ruiz B15. And then we got Carlos starting just ahead of Kletsy and Matimar, the full force, looking up the final row here. But here we go, we got 55 laps here in Alsher on a very short track. And here we go. The drivers are ready. And we are underway with the new season. Here goes Mari Free starting ahead with Corby trying to go for the sideline. Can he take the move? No, he can't. So he's gonna have to settle for second for now. As he got then Kubo now making the move. And here he goes up to second place. Amazing no overtake there from the Polish driver. But then he got Corby still third now. Antti trying to get that third place as he goes on inside line. And that's a nice move there. There goes Antti up to P4 or third place. And then he got Andy right behind in P4 at the moment. He lost the position at the start. Then he got Corvid and now Andy going for the outside. Can he make the move there? And there he goes down. Andy with the double overtake. Takes then third place. Then you got Corvid and Andy still battling here. With then you got Grandy right behind. And I think yeah, we got already some huge separation between the drivers. So let's see if this will indicate to be a close grid or not. Right now it does not seem to be the case, but it is a very fast track. So let's see right now. Usually it's on the faster tracks where the drivers can go up to maximum speed a lot of the time is that where they seem to create bigger gaps. Interesting enough. But yeah, either way, lucky this battle for second place is Kubo and Antti right here with Mari Free right now getting away with the lead as she's starting on pole position and she's taking full advantage of it for sure. As we got here Nandi in P4, then we got Corby here in P5, then it's Grandy on the hard tires with Danny Mater, then it's Charge AT, Kraft also on the hards. And we got some good mix of strategy right here, very interesting. On a track where I think should be certainly mostly for the softs, but yeah, some drivers going different here. As we got then Antti giving some pressure to Kubo for that second place. As Antti is looking for a better start to the season. As he ended the last round in a very disappointing result. In our sim, of course, not in real life. But yeah, we got then Grandy here in P6. Following Corvid for the last place in the top 5. And as you can see, we got this big group here forming for for second place. Is Mari Free still keeps a good distance here in the lead. Almost seconds lead as we got then Antti going for the sideline of Kubo to the final two corners, but he cannot do nothing there. Then Hanani is following these two drivers on the soft tires. And there he goes now, Antti on this sideline. Can he take the move? No, he can't. Kubo makes the switch back and he keeps second place. Nice defending and smart driving there from the Polish driver. And then we got Nandi right behind Antti, now messing up the line a little bit. And now we got Corvid, maybe on the outside. Can he make the move there on the Hungarian driver? No, I don't think so. He's gonna have to stay behind. Yes, then yeah, you got then Antti on each side. Now he's gonna go too deep into the corner. Then you got Corvid and Grandy just following each other. Not that many overtakes happening. And then you got Sobel and Kletsy. As you can see right here, there goes the Sobel with much more speed compared to the Swiss drivers. He goes to the outside, but he touches the gravel. He's gonna lose a lot of momentum there. So Kletsy having an amazing race right now, up to P10. That's really a nice start to the season. As he goes into the pits, as we got also Hanani going to the pits as well. And now he's gonna be leaving, and he gets punted by Uris. Look, there's no damage, so there's no issues with that. But then now Hanani's gonna have to pass his teammates here. And there he goes, nice move there. Nothing that Sober could have done with the difference of grip at the moment. So there he goes, Nandi getting past his teammates. Now we got some drivers, other drivers going to the pitch. We got Corvin now. Let's see, can Nandi get the position? And there he goes, very close there, but Nandi gets it, and so it's up to P8. With a very nice undercut. And now we got once again Antti battling Kubo. Can he finally have the move on the outside though? Might be very close here as he goes side by side into the first corner. Can Antti get it on the outside? I think he can. Finally, there he goes Antti with the overtake. And now Kubo tries to get it back. As he goes now for the inside line to the second hairpin. Can he take the move here? No, he can't. Antti gets some better momentum on the outside. So Kubo not being able to make the overtake. And then you got Antti's teammate here, Grandi, now in third place. He's trying to maybe give some pressure to the Polish drivers. Then you got Maya Frias in P4, and she has pitted already from some new soft tires. So she might make light work of overtaking these drivers. But currently is Antti leading the way on the mediums. Then you got Kubo and Grandi. Then you got some battling here. Charge GT versus Danimator as they go side by side right now. But Danimator gives the position up into P5 as he then got Charge GT right behind and a Scruff right here in P7. On a very needed top 10 at the moment, but he's still yet to pit though. But he has a lot of drivers that pitted already. You got Nandi and Corvin. Then Antti Amazing also getting undercutted right here. So things are really getting very interesting. Then you got here Antti now on the mediums. What can he do though? It's a huge train happening here as he goes around the outside. And now we got some battles for the lead, I think. Yes, Mary Frias just got into the lead of the race after pitting already. So things really looking well for the Spaniard driver. But there's a lot of battling here. You got Dick Craft on this side, can make the move on Charge ATs. And we got Antti trying to go around the outside. And now he on the inside line, but it's Charge AT now leading the way here. And now there comes Antti as well. Then Corvi just waving a little bit there on the penultimate straight. And now you're gonna get past Antti. Now Antti gets past Charge AT as well. And now Corvi here with some good soft tires. No goes for the inside line, doesn't work well. And now Antti makes an overtake there. Nice exit on that corner there from Antti. And now he's gonna take P5 as then we got Danimator on very old hard tires, maybe pitting very soon. And there he goes now into the pits. Being one of the last drivers to pit. You see right here Kubo has pitted as well right now. But yeah, Danimator now is gonna drop back a few positions, but still this battle now for a second place. Now he's got then Grandi. Oh my god, Grandi's still challenging Maya Frias on much older tires. That's very impressive. And maybe there's a reason why Grandi hasn't pitted yet. But either way, you still got some battles in here. You got Nandi versus Corvin. Two CL champions right here battling each other. As you can see right here now, Corvin maybe on the outside, not gonna be able to make the move. As then we got here Corvin on the inside, but Nandi makes the switch back and he manages to defend his position that way. So Nandi takes still P4. And then you can see now Nandi goes for the pitch for the second time already. So as you can see right here, Grandi has just pitted and still ahead of Nandi, so that's very interesting. And so Grandi goes for the hard tires again. As then you got Antti with still relatively new or fresh mediums, but he's 5 or 6 seconds behind Maya Frias, who soon might have to pit. But I think the gap between Antti and Maya Frias might certainly go down, I think, on the second stint, because yeah, Antti does have fresher tires. So things are looking very interesting as we see Nandi not being able to pass Corvin, and this would be crucial right now. Because yeah, track position does matter on these teams now, because you know, it's much harder to overtake. And at the moment I think Nandi does have the better tires, but Corvin looks to be getting a distance right here. And yeah, Nandi not being able to pass the Australian right now. And then you got Kraft right here with then Charge GT also. And then you got Sabon, Gletzer, and Rosim not having the best of starts. He had an amazing, in real life he did have an amazing top 2 finishes, but here he's not really doing that well. But I did actually improve his rating, if you're wondering. But anyways, right now things are not really going that well for him. Because you got then Corvin right now in P6 with Nandi right behind. trying to do something to pass the Australian, that he has the soft tires. Let's see, just following him right now. Lap 31, we are closely getting up towards the halfway of this race. As anyone here, the animator on older tires, everything P5. So far we haven't got any rain and the weather hasn't been changing right now. But I do remember that the rain was certainly on, so let's see. I don't know why it's raining, but either way, got now Grandi catching up to Kubo right now. And he has much better tires in the meantime. We got Mario Free just speeding, who just speeded for the second time. Now try to pass Antti for the lead of the race. So we do have a battle for the lead right now. And now Antti would certainly love to see the rain coming, as we see Sobel just blocking Mario Freeze on the pit exit. He was leaving the pits and he blocks Mario Freeze. Now what can the Spaniard do right now? And she's trying to up for on the inside of Antti. Does it manage to make the move there? And he's still able to defend, as you can see now. Mario having some trouble here with the blue flags as Pemujas goes into the pits. But yeah, Mario is really having some troubles here. Now we got Grandi now battling Kubo. Kubo much older tires. What can the Finnish driver do as he goes maybe for the inside, but doesn't have enough exit. And now Mario also tries a move on Antti as well, but doesn't work. It's just not working that well, as we see also Grandi and Kubo. Now Grandi managed to get around the pole, as now Kubo goes into the pits for the second time. Same thing with Danimator. And then got Carvid getting up to P4 and Nani up to P5 with all of those pit stops. So yeah, once again Mario Free still trying to get past Antti, but it's not been an easy task right now. As Antti is really knowing how to defend that position. And then you got Sobel being faster than Marin, very funnily enough. And Sobel is getting lapped right now in P11. Let's see what can Mario Freeze do. She goes for the inside line. Can she take the move there? No, she can't. Once again, Antti just managed to be able to just keep in that first position, as Mario Freeze does not seem to be fast enough to get past the ATH drivers. Now Antti goes into the pits, as he got mission accomplished to block Mario Freeze as much as he could, and now he can go for the hard tires. And Mario Freeze already very old tires. She might have to make an extra pit stop compared to Antti. So this is where Antti's strategy can start to work well. So yeah, let's see now. We got also Carvid. There seems to be a ATH versus FCR battle here for the lead of the championship here on the first round. So things are really looking very interesting, as then you got Hanani having quite a disappointing race, only P9 at the moment. As he has speeded for the third time already, and once again on the soft tires. As he goes for the inside of Craft, and there he goes into turn 1. But now can he keep it though on the next hairpin? And there he goes. Hanani now up into P8. Very crucial move there on Craft. And Craft seems to be starting his season pretty well now, as he's into the top 10. But yeah, now we see here Kubo versus Antti, the battle for P4 here. But Antti does have better tires, so I don't think Kubo can do that much. But they are both on the hard, so it might still be possible for the pole to be able to pass the Nordic Thunder driver. But yeah, as we see they're lapping Ruiz. As we see a little bit at the back, and now we got Nandi versus Charge GTS. Charge GTS very old tires. Now Nandi just losing a lot of time, as now Antti gets past Kubo, now up to P4 he goes. But yeah, now we got Nandi just falling down behind Charge GT, who has very old mediums. And let's see now Nandi maybe on the outside, can he make the move? No, it's gonna be really hard to overtake on this section of the track. So he's gonna have to stay behind. And now Charge GT finally goes into the pits, which releases Nandi here. He's now up into P7. But certainly not having the best of races. And now Corvid goes into the pits. As you can see, Corvid managed to stay ahead of Nandi. And these two drivers are closer together at the beginning of the race. So Nandi, things not really going well for the Hungarian driver. So yeah, let's see what can the driver racing for LSA can do on this race still. But they're certainly not having a good start to the season. Last season he He got second place on the opening round and was certainly challenging for the win at the end of the race. But either way, we got then Antti now passing Mary Fries, as you can see right here. This is the actual battle for the lead. As now Mary Fries has one extra pit stop, but she has better tires than Antti, so this is the interesting part. But yeah, we are certainly having a proper battle for the lead here. Then we got Grundy in third place right now, with then Kugel here in P4, but Grundy does have clearly much better tires, and that's the thing. Grundy might also be getting closer to the leaders as well. So we might have potentially a three-way battle here, as Antti can certainly slow down Mary Fries. But let's see, what can she do now? If she can get past Antti faster this time around. So that's gonna be the biggest question. She goes now for the inside line to turn 1. She cannot make the move there. But now she's gonna try it now on the side of the first lap, and there she goes. She takes the lead of the race. Nice move there from Mary Fries. She timed it really well. She squeezes Antti a little bit wide, but she takes the lead of the race. And that is very crucial because now we got Grundy trying to get closer to them, and he has the medium tires. But yeah, but currently it's Mary Fries leading the way. Then it's the ATH drivers here. We got Antti and Grundy. And now let's see if they're gonna work as a team, because Grundy has better tires, but Antti has the position. Will Antti let his teammate pass though for that second place, and maybe shaves off Mary Fries on the lead. But yeah, Mary Fries very crucially managed to get past Antti. So that tactic that Antti had and that stacks that he had defending her did not work around this time. And now Mary Fries is leading the way with better tires, so she can extend that gap once more. Although the gap was certainly bigger before, so I guess they did got some success out of this. But still does not matter when he's still not leading the race. But let's see now Grundy now trying to get past Antti, and he's not letting him pass. But let's see now Grundy was around the outside now. Can he take the move? No, he can't for now. But let's see now around the outside now, up to the second hairpin, and there he goes. Grundy takes the move on the outside. Really nice overtake. But now Antti might be able to come back, and there we go, going side by side with each other on the final two corners. And Antti takes inside, but Grundy goes for the switch back here. Now going to the turn 1, but he cannot make the move. So really nice battling right here. But now there goes Grundy on the inside. Can he take the move? He can't right now. Antti still defending, still holding on. But here goes Grundy on the inside. As Grundy cannot make the overtake, so he's gonna have to stay behind. Jesus Christ, my throat not really doing that well. But yeah, now we got Grundy still behind Antti, still the battle going on between the teammates here for Nordic Thunder. As they've been racing together for quite a long time since season 9. But let's see now what can Grundy do on each side. Now he can make the move there, so Antti keeps second place. As I thought Mary Fries was beating right now, but no, it was another driver there. But yeah, Antti still keeps second place. You know, it's actually getting a distance there from Grundy. So that's very interesting, because then we got here the battle for P5, or P4 actually. Got Kubo versus Corvid. Kubo with very old hard tires here. But he still keeps P4 at the moment. As we got here, oh my god, Danny Mater going very wide there to the first hairpin. We just saw that they went really wide. Because I don't know what happened there. Maybe a misjudgment there from Hernandi. As he gets past the animator, he has certainly better tires there, racing on the softs. We two seem to be the superior tires, although some strategy with saving pitch soft might still work well for the hard tires. So yeah, let's see now Antti pitting. And once again he goes for the hards, and maybe he's going to the end of the race. Yeah, he's certainly going to the end. There's only 12 laps to go on this race. That's how fast things have been going on this race today. But currently things are looking very well here for Mary Fries, who's leading the way from Grundy, and now he goes into the pits. So potentially we might certainly see some undercuts here. Let's see if they can do it or not. But could be the only chance that the ATH drivers have against the Spaniard. As now you can see here, as Antti gets the move here down on Grundy. As Grundy is pitting for the soft tires. With 11 laps to go, will Grundy go into the end of the race though? That's the big question. Because these tires are certainly going to be completely dead at the end of the race. So it might be crucial for Henty to already be ahead of his teammate if he wants to take at least second place. Because currently Manfred is leading by 9 seconds. And now she's having some troubles here with Uris. As Uris goes into the pits. So Manfred has quite a lot of clean air right now. Something that the NTH drivers cannot say. So let's see what can Grandy do. He's right behind his teammate now, going to turn 1 here. Can Grandy make the move? And there goes Grandy up into second place, but Antti still has something to fight for as he goes around the outside, and it's a nice move there from Antti. As Antti continues to defend against his teammates, so there's no team orders right here. They're just free to battle as much as they want. So Grandy is gonna have to pass him the hard way. This is bad for him because he has better tires, but that will certainly not be the case at the end of the race. So the most that Antti can hold off his teammates, the better is going to be for him. Getting towards the end. But yeah, then we got still Grandy still behind Antti. Let's see what can the Finnish driver do here as he goes wide into the final corner there. What the hell happened there? That might be one of the most easiest corners on this track, but he just totally messed it up there. Maybe he misclick on the keyboard, but yeah, either way we got then Corby right behind Kubo. Kubo's on the inside. Can Corby make it around the outside though? There he goes, but Kubo has a much more momentum, so he managed to keep the position. As those two corners are just proving to be really hard for overtaking, not gonna lie. Still we got Corby now on the inside once again. Can he take the move there? I don't think he can, so he has to stay behind. So Kubo still managed to defend pretty well. And now Corby tries once again, but doesn't work. So yeah, Kubo managing to just keep that P4 at the moment. As his minions are clearly older than Corby's mediums, I mean. Either way, looks like Mary Freeze has already made her last pit stop, but she's already ahead of Granny and Antti. So that's a very crucial thing right now, as Mary Freeze gets cruise until the end with the win already on the first round. So Mary Freeze really entering with this first round with the right foot. But as right now looks like Granny just goes a little bit wide into those hairpins. He has completely no grip right now. And then you got here Corvin P5, still not being able to pass Kubo though. So Kubo really having an impressive defensive drive right now. But then we got Charge AT having a solid start to the season, or his first full season right now in P7 at the moment. And you got Animator not having the best of returns here for the main seats. As he's currently just trying to pass Charge it here on the outside, but doesn't work well. Now he's around the inside there, but doesn't work well either. So he's just losing a lot of position at the moment. But yeah, let's see now what can the Animator do. Maybe on the sideline he goes, and on the first hairpin, there goes the Animator. Makes the move up to P7. Goes a little bit deep there, but yeah, Charge it trying to make the move, doesn't work well. As I believe they have to actually let Antti pass, so they are both on the same line here. For the blue flags. Maybe this could be Charge AT's chances, maybe. But yeah, in the meantime, Corvette has managed to get past Kubo finally as he's up to P4, so that's a really solid result here for SAR. But in the meantime, his teammate Mari Frias, he's going to cross the line to take the win here on the opening round of Season 13 team. There she goes, amazing win here for Mari Frias, and Grandy has an amazing second place, and Antti is third for the double podium here for the NTH team, as then you got Corvin, but the double top 4 for FGR, so the top 4 is only from two different teams, FGR and NTH. So those two teams obviously are going to be on the top 2 on the constructors, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be FGR leading that WCC right now, with obviously Mani Free is leading the drivers standings. So that's very interesting. Amazing start for FGR since the Noodle days. So very interesting to see that. As then you got Kubo finishing P5 with Nandi, then Mater, Charge T, Kraft, Rosim, and then Sobel will be the next driver to finish just outside that top 10. Not the best of results there from Sobel, as he's our real life current champion. But on this team it's Nutty who only managed to be P6 today, not the best of results as well. As then Germany gets P12 and Pumushus only P13 today, not the best of results from him. As he finished last, I think, in season finale in our team as well. Then there is, they got here Goetze finishing P14, that's not a bad start at all. And then there is here with Kado, then Sexy Digger, and Matimar will be the last driver here. Can he finish? Oh, just right after the finish countdown. But either way, Magnifies is your winner today, and she gets the win here around Austria. Then she got a lap of 23, which is the best lap, the fastest lap of the race. So she leaves the year with the maximum points. As then Grandin Anti finishing second and third for a double podium for an 80H. As then we got Corvid finishing P4, a solid result for FGR today as well. So they are leading the constructors right now. As then you got Kubo in P5. Good start here with the STP team. As then you got Nani. Things not going well for our team champion here. Starting on EP6, then Denimator, our returning driver, not having an easy return either on EP7 today. Just ahead of Charge 18 and Kraft having a good start here in P9 in the top 10, and Razim closes that top 10. Then it's gonna be Sobol just ahead of Journey. Then it's Pemushus in P13 today with Goetze having a solid result here in P14. Just ahead of Iris. Then we got Kado on P16, and then Sexy Digger on P17, just ahead of Matimar today. So yeah guys, this was our first round here in Austria. I hope you guys like it. It's a little bit of a shame that I couldn't have the liveries for the Mayhem and the Flow Force, but yeah, I'm pretty sure already for next round they should have those liveries ready. So yeah, this was our first round. Next week is going to be in oh my god, I don't really remember where it's going to be the next. Oh, it's Austria-Le-Mans. Yeah, it's going to be in German track in Austria-Le-Mans, made by Levy. And see you there next time. Till next week.